foresee challenges and something once in a while. But the most important thing for an entrepreneur is to be gritty. You have to be resilient. You have to be able to think on your feet. You have to be able to make adjustments and obviously take hard decisions. And when things are not working, you have to be able to be ready to make necessary adjustments. And when things are working, you have to be able to continue to push those forward. So basically, like I say to any SME, any entrepreneur here, is obviously to be open, be truthful to the realities of your situation, and make necessary adjustments to make sure you have staying power.
Okay. Mr. Jude Anile, please, what are the challenges of entrepreneurship and running small businesses in Nigeria and Africa at large?
Okay, thank you very much. So let me start with who is an entrepreneur. So the classical definition you usually get will be he or she who starts a business, creates a business, and is able to take that business to the market. But I think entrepreneurship is more of a mindset, and that mindset borders more on innovation and risk-taking. Of course, that's what leads you to create that product that the market needs. Now, I'll come back to that. So basically across Africa, because most of what we're doing now is Africa focused, so to speak, you find that the major problem, one of the key issues entrepreneurs have, is just accessing capital. Now, I use that term capital very carefully, because typically you hear access to finance. And typically when you hear finance, what comes to mind is bank. But capital means either equity or debt. So debt you get from banks largely, but equity you get from investors, those that you can convince to invest in your business. And typically when you are starting a business that nobody is sure how it will pan out in the future, you're actually better off with equity capital starting off. And I think part of the challenge we've had with the entrepreneurs have had in Africa is being able to access that seed capital required to take off. That is one. Of course, there's also challenges with accessing loans from banks, largely because banks believe that these are high risks, and most times some of the requirements that the regulatory requirements like collateral provision and all that, these entities are not able to meet. But beyond that is also the issue of sustainability of the business. If you make the assumption that you're able to access capital, most entrepreneurs are also not trained. While you may be creative in coming up with an idea that is innovative, that can hit the market, but managing a business is a different skill set. Some of them struggle with that, and that's why the mortality rate of these new businesses is also very high in Africa. Of course, coupled with the larger structural issues we have in most African countries with infrastructure, both technology and civil works infrastructure, roads, access to market and all that. So it's a big issue that you have. Energy issues like power. Africa is still like the dark continent when it comes to power. However, when you talk about challenges for entrepreneurs, those are opportunities too. So I think it's an opportunity for African entrepreneurs to begin to innovate around this challenge area to see how these issues can be solved, so to speak. So those are opportunities that these challenges can also create for African entrepreneurs.
Wow, that's very good. Thank you very much, sir. I'm just going to go straight to you, Mr. Obinna Ikezie. Mr. Obinna Ikezie, you were formerly an NBA player. Yes, and my question for you is this. How did you know when to make that shift as to doing a business in Nigeria and in Africa? What made you tell yourself, okay, it's time to start a business? What made you take that step?
Well, again, thank you. I was, while I was playing in the NBA, first of all, I'll give you a little bit of my background. So my father is an engineer, he's in oil and gas business in Nigeria, so very successful. So growing up, I always wanted to be an engineer first before I decided to. I got very tall at 14, so I've always been a sports person, so I picked up basketball. I played everything from football to basketball to tennis, everything. So at about the age of 15, I picked up interest in basketball. And being the kind of person that I was, I wanted to reach the highest level. Akeem Olajuwon who's a Nigerian, one of the greatest players ever played the game, was an inspiration to me. So I felt like I could, with my height, I could get to the highest level. So I focused all my attention to making sure I reached the highest level of basketball. But with that, I also made sure I did well in school. So I studied mechanical engineering and business at the University of Maryland. So for me, while I was playing, I always had the aspiration I was eventually going to end up in business, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So while I was playing for the Atlanta Hawks, I met a guy that was a software engineer, and he kind of introduced me to the travel business. We tried to build a platform that time similar to what you know as Kayak today. And while I was investing in that, it didn't really work out. But I came back to Nigeria, and I tried to book a flight. I came to do a camp in Port Harcourt. I grew up in Port Harcourt, and I came down here. I tried to book a flight, and I had to do this rudimentary process of going to the airline's office. You know, I didn't have a bank account in Nigeria, so I had to get cash wired in from my account to my friend's account. So this whole process was so archaic to me. And the fact that I could use Expedia in the US and book my flight and book my tickets, hotel and everything, pay with my card, I felt that it was a massive opportunity to do something in Nigeria. So at that point, I really started thinking about coming home. Secondly, another thing that really drove me was while I was playing in the NBA was expanding globally, like going to China, going to Mexico, and with us producing players like Hakeem Olajuwon, nobody was talking about Africa. As a matter of fact, the perception in early 2000s, even to date, was that Nigerians are so corrupt. We were bad for the world. The 419 guys were on rampage. And for me, as a person that thought beyond just what I was myself, I felt like it was a huge disappointment to label a generation of Africans as corrupt and unable to produce anything positive. So for me, when I found this opportunity, I said, man, I have to go back home and build a world-class organization, creating a solution for a particular problem, and then make sure that the brand is strong enough to be recognized as a world-class platform. And that's why the name Waka Now came, because I could have called it easily Travel something or Travel that, but I wanted to make sure that the name that we picked up or we called the company was Nigerian and could relate to Nigeria, but I obviously built a world-class company. And so I think that was how we started. We just tried to solve a problem from a personal experience.
Wow, it's interesting that you saw the loops and then you took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And then you said your father was an engineer and you actually wanted to be an engineer as well.
Yes.
What is the place of wisdom, your skill, knowledge, and everything you've acquired intellectually to running a business?
Well, you know, it's funny because while I was playing, I didn't know that while I was doing our contracts, playing the NBA, we have these very complicated contracts, and that you're and your agent, you're negotiating, so you pick up some little bit of business skills. Also, what I did a lot of self-education. And after while I was playing, we had a lot of free time after practice. I read a lot of books. I wanted to read about the most successful business people in the world. I read about the owner of Chelsea. I subscribed to the Forbes. So I was reading a lot about successful entrepreneurs, and I was educating myself. I read a lot of books about business while I was on my downtime. So a lot of the information, when I came to travel, I knew nothing about travel. I knew nothing about booking systems. But what I knew, I had a vision about what exactly the customer experience should be and what technology was required. And that's when I engaged my technology man. So this is the vision that I have. And this is a thing and we obviously had drawn up a plan that fit Nigeria. When I returned to Nigeria in 2007, I remember walking to the InterSwitch office. InterSwitch office was just a small room, and they were only selling recharge cards. So we're the first company that actually bought their web pay, and it wasn't even fully developed. And we worked with them to develop it with my technology team. And so we were really involved in building the whole ecosystem of e-commerce. And then eventually we would actually first come to raise capital from an international firm called Tiger Global in 2010 because we had done some PR work and they had seen an interview where I said I wanted to build Expedia for Africa. And so it's all about, for me, it wasn't about going on the journey. And as you go on that journey, you start to see that you're solving real issues. And obviously we're creating jobs and then investors started to back me.
Wow, it's very important.
Yeah.
You're solving problems and you're getting paid for it. That's the most important part about entrepreneurship. Okay, this is very straightforward, but you've been around, Wakana has existed for the past 11 years.
Yes.
There have been competitors.
Yes.
How have you been able to stand through that? And how have you evolved? Like Mr. Jude Anele said earlier, that an entrepreneur must innovate, technically. So how have you done that over time? What are the steps you've taken in general that has actually evolved or made Wakana get to this point?
Well, for me, I see competition. Remember, I used to be an athlete, so competition is something that was a part of my life. I mean, when we started, there was really no competition. We were competing against traditional travel agencies. And because of the technology, we were able to ramp up very quickly because customers actually saw the power of having knowledge in their hands, in their computers, on their mobile phones. So innovation is an ongoing and steady process. You have to continue to innovate, and innovation really stems about understanding what your customers need, understand the solutions and the problems that you can help them make it easier for the experience, creating new products. For example, we came up with this. It was interesting to listen to a lady talk about instrumental payments. And we came up with this product called Pay Small Small, which is where customers can pay instrumentally for their travel up till their travel date, at least before their travel date. And what we're trying to do, we're just trying to make sure that when you see the cost of travel, which is quite expensive, and we see the size of the population of Nigeria, you have 200 million people, less than 10 million people are traveling, that's less than 5%. So in terms of how do we grow the size of the market, we want to find a way to infuse some kind of affordability. We're not doing pure credit, which is what the banks do. What we do is we're able to create a solution where people can pay instrumentally and plan earlier, meaning they can book early, make a small 25% deposit, and spread over several months up to their travel date. That makes it more affordable. And that product is backed by software that we built in-house to be able to, like a banking, I talked about you guys have the banking software, so have a full software managing all of these processes. And so that's just one product. We keep on innovating, and that's what helps us stay ahead of the game.
Wow. You said something earlier about thinking about what the customers need, just so that you can actually better give them better service.
Yes.
That's intuitive. And also giving them other avenues to pay and then try and link up other things that would interest them. Also more like cross-selling, yeah?
Yes.
So I want to ask you, because all of this thing is basically to make money.
Yeah.
That's the main idea of the business. Yeah? So what exactly has it been? What is that thing that is beyond money that you have held on to as a value to you throughout these 11 years?
Well, really, nothing gives me more joy to see that, first of all, if you come to the demography of our company, we have a lot of young people that we employ, and we try to get the best people that we can find. And we also try to pass on this innovation across the company. So you have people from within the company come from with several ideas. We listen to them, and we try to implement some of those ideas, the ones that can help, at least what the bottom line is, trying to create solutions for the customer. And so for me, we've been able to create jobs. We've expanded this business to Ghana. We also opened up in Kenya. We're in talks with UBA to expand the business across Africa because of the spread that UBA has. So for me, what makes me most proud is that first we came in to be able to solve a problem. Yes, the objective is to make money, but bigger than that is able to create jobs. Keep talking about we have an African population of over 1 billion people. Most of our demography of population is very young. So we need to, entrepreneurs have a huge responsibility in job creation. And we need to find a way to integrate Africa. And I think with what UBA has done and want to be able to achieve, Wakana is a company whose service is required at multiple African countries. And we still find massive opportunities in countries where our service doesn't even exist. So we want to be able to go into those markets, provide these solutions, create jobs, and also make money. And,
that's very interesting. So as much as you want to make money and bring your business to the best of its form, it's important to understand that creating solutions is as important as making money. Making money is very important, as Mr. Jude Anele said earlier, talking about financing. This is where UBA comes in. Okay, sir. So what are the packages you have for financing?
So it's not just financing. Financing is an aspect of what a bank does or what UBA does in that space. It's important to understand that It's about lifestyle now. A lot of things have gone beyond banking. So if you are just too focused on finance and you don't take care of other aspects of the entrepreneur's business, that's still high risk, and your money is at stake, so to speak. So remember I talked about sustainability. So you provided finance. What of business sustainability? Governance issues. Does it have the right structures? Does it have the right people? Does it manage the people well? And so does it have access to market, so to speak? So apart from providing finance, UBA does a lot across Africa, because when I talk about UBA, I mean UBA Africa. So we're Africa's global bank. So it's not Nigeria, though the nuances around different countries we respect and try to adapt and adjust to it. But basically what we do is Africa focused. So I'll start from the non-financial side, to the non-traditional banking side, and go to the financial side. Now, basically what you find is that, like I said, the mortality rate of businesses in Africa is very high. Most times, over 80% die off before the first 5 years.
That's true.
So that's not good at all. But most of it is also about the individual being able to understand the market and where the market is going. The video we just watched of the Balogu market woman, you could see that she was visionary. She was looking ahead. She was watching the market to say, where is the market moving? What products do I have to bring to market to ensure that I take care of the old traditional people that are wearing Ankara and the forward-looking younger people, because the demography of the population was changing. So basically what we do in UBA through our Red Line series, it's more like online capacity building initiative, where in different aspects of the business, whether it is bookkeeping, whether it's access to market, whether it's in terms of how you manage your people, how you organize yourself and present your products, you are coached by subject matter experts in those spaces, because it's a way of de-risking you. We have to de-risk you first as a business before we give you money. Otherwise, the money will be at higher risk. So most of this Red Line series, the capacity building series, to make sure we de-risk you. And de-risking you simply means ensuring that you know how to manage a business, not just that you are a creative or innovative person. Once that is done, of course, go to the finance side. But specifically speaking to entrepreneurs across Africa, and I think UBA is just the only bank that has that. We have Young Entrepreneurs Finance Scheme. This is where young entrepreneurs can get loans of between minimum $5,000 to as much as $50,000 for over 7-year tenure to be able to run their businesses. And this is across Africa, especially the 20 countries in Africa where UBA currently operates. And priority, of course, will be given to the alumni of the Tony Elumelu Foundation scheme. So to speak, entrepreneurship scheme, because we give priority to them, but of course it's also open to other people. And what is important, again, is the interest rate that is far below the market rate, so to speak. They are getting almost about 20-25% below the market rate in terms of interest rate. So that's just on the financing side. Like I said, most of what we do is actually on the non-financial side, trying to help this business for sustainability purposes. Now, we also have what we call eco-working hubs. Like today, if you have a marketplace, there is a physical marketplace. Co-working hub is that sometimes, like the woman said, sometimes you don't have access to the physical location where you can do your trade, especially for the young entrepreneurs that are into technology and stuff like that. So part of what we do as branch rollout and reorganizing branch architecture is to create spaces where entrepreneurs can come and work. Remember, I have issues around energy, electricity, connectivity, internet connectivity, which the branch of a bank like UB already have. So if you come in there, you can do work, connecting to the internet to do your work, and have an enabling environment to also access your market. And then finally, I talk about the physical marketplace. Actually, the real marketplace is online. The UBA marketplace is online, where you have over 15 to 20 million people miling, over 15,000 entrepreneurs hooked up to it, so to speak. So that access to the market is very, very critical. And remember, Africa is now its own global continent. Yeah. With the signing of the free trade agreement across Africa, wherever you are in Africa, you have access to any market, so to speak. And again, more importantly, the introduction of the ECO or ECO as a currency, single currency for the whole of Africa. Once that happens, the payment issues we have across Africa will be solved. Because today, if you want to transfer money to Ghana, it actually goes to New York first before it hits Ghana.
Yeah.
But with the ECO coming in, you can actually hit straight to Ghana because there's no reference currency in between, so to speak. So for us at UBA, that digital online marketplace is actually a new platform where it's going to happen. Okay, so if you're an entrepreneur and you're on that, rest assured that you get the best of what you have. And most people on that platform will have access to our loans, so to speak. But most of the loans, like I said, are below market rates.
That's very interesting because as much as we know that about 80% of small businesses actually fail within the space of 5 years, I'm very sure it's not just about money.
Absolutely.
So running the business takes a whole lot more. I'm just going to ask you, Mr. Obina. I'm still going to come back to you on the same question.
Yeah.
What are the traits that an entrepreneur should possess? Very quick, very straight. Because a lot of them are listening right now. They want to know what exactly they need to have to be able to conquer the market.
I would say vision, courage, and resilience.
Important. Vision, courage, and resilience. Remember, this is still a tale of grit. And grit is about strength of character. If you remember this, you will know that vision, courage, and resilience is very important. Over to you, Mr. Jude Anile, please.
To add to that, I would say passion. In addition to that, passion. Passion keeps you going. You must do what you like and what you love. That's what keeps you going, in addition to the stuff.
That's very important because from the documentary we watched earlier, the lady said something. She said even when the money was not coming, the love for what she was doing and the satisfaction she got, meaning that was all laced and packed up in passion. So do not take away the fact that it's important to be passionate about the business you do so that that fuels whatever it is, even when it doesn't look like it is working. Okay, just before we leave, I'm going to ask one more question to you, sir. You're already doing this in Nigeria. I want to ask, what are the things UBA is doing concerning supporting entrepreneurs and small businesses in this time outside Nigeria? What are the things you're doing?
So, because I think I've mentioned that, maybe I anticipated the question coming. So I said, UBA is Africa's global bank. We don't see ourselves as a Nigerian bank.
Of course.
All our solutions are Africa-based and Africa-focused. What we do, because in different jurisdictions in Africa, the laws and policies may be different. We just adjust for that nuance in that country, but at the core and at the heart of it, the solutions are the same. So whatever you see in Nigeria is what you see in Ghana or Senegal or Cote d'Ivoire, as the case may be, but with a little adjustment for the local policies to make it suit. So, for instance, like the Young Entrepreneurs Finance Scheme is for across all African countries where UBA operates.
Wow.
And most of our non-financial solutions, like I said, the capacity building issues, is also across board. It's not about UBA Nigeria. It's UBA Africa.
Wow, that's very good. Thank you very, very much for staying with me on this. I hope this has been very informative to everyone sitting here. Okay, just before I ask if we have questions, we're just going to take 3 questions from the audience real quick. And then the questions will be directed to them real quick. 3 questions, please. Okay, we have one question over there, please. Just hold on, the mic will get to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
As an entrepreneurship, you have a vision, you have courage, you have resilience, you have passion, and you don't have finance. How do you go about it?
Okay. I still got to put this to you. I know you said this.
Let me
Okay. Mr. Obina wants to answer that.
I think that some of the biggest misconception about finance is about, as an entrepreneur, is that you always worry about how do you finance your business. But I always tell people that you have to start small. And I think people have this misconception, like maybe you see UBA now, or you see maybe a Wakana, you see it, and you think that it was all built in one day. When I started my business, it was just myself and my partner. We sat next to each other in my father's guest house. I didn't even have a house in Nigeria. It was just two of us. And we started building. And then we get the first transaction, and then you get the next transaction, and you keep on building like that. And what I tell people all the time, you have to be resilient, you have to be patient. If you listen to what the lady said earlier, it's not about when you make money, you take the money and take your money out of your business and go do something else. You have to keep reinvesting all the time. So if you start with 10 naira and you make 2 naira profits, you take the 12 naira, maybe take 1 naira for your living expenses, and you put 11 naira back in the business. And it's about growth, and about sustainability. You have to be extremely disciplined. You can't, if your business can start with 100,000 naira. By the time you call 5 people in your network, you get 100,000 naira, you start. And you can lower your costs. You don't have to go rent offices in the beginning. Get your room. Start in the back of your room, your flat, and start there. Use technology, use platform, use Facebook, use social media. Matter of fact, when we started this business, all these things didn't exist. But today, for the entrepreneur, it's much easier to have platforms and put your product on Instagram or Facebook, and you start to sell. So I really don't believe in that fact about finance. Finance is not the first issue. The most important is that you must have a solution to a problem. And that solution must work for your end user. And who's your end user? Your customer. If that solution doesn't work, you don't have a business, and then you never access finance. But as long as you're able to create a solution that works for your consumer, for your end user, investors will eventually come to you. I didn't go chase my first investor. They actually came to me and said, I want to invest in your company. I didn't even know who they were. They were based in New York. And they hit me up on LinkedIn. So put your profile on LinkedIn, talk about what you're doing, use your social media, and tell young people all the time, you guys spend too much time on social media doing a whole bunch of, nonsense. Doesn't help every minute in your life should be put towards creating value. So yes, you can do your social media stuff, but use that platform for what is good for and what can provide returns for you, not just using it to waste time. So I would suggest that, first of all, have a solution for a problem, and then start small and build.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obina. Over to you, Mr. Jude.
Yes, so I think Obina has captured it well. Finance is critical, no doubt. But like you said, you have to start small. But in starting small and putting your idea out there, you must put it out in such a way that is also attractive to investors. And one of the key things investors look at is, would the market want this? 2, is it scalable? Is this scalable? Scalability is very critical. It's actually at the level of scalability you're looking for additional finance or investment to be able to take the business to the next level, so to speak. So when we have these good ideas that we want to put out there, first of all, we must make it in such a way that it attracts investors. And attracting investors means that you can scale and you can make money from that. But again, I throw up a challenge again that we have. The contract laws in most African countries is a big issue. And what I mean by that is, the reason why you don't find a lot of partnerships working, apart from close friends, relations working, is because of the contract laws. They are quite loose. And that's where a lot of entrepreneurs are afraid of getting people as investors or shareholders in their business early. And I think part of what our government needs to work on, especially in Nigeria and most African countries, is try to strengthen our contract laws. And what you find most times is that even the government itself may not keep to its contracts sometimes. They're then wondering what of private individuals. So if we fix our contract laws, then you can invite shareholders in and draft contracts in such a way that it protects him, who is the original idea owner.
That's very important. So your question has been answered, right? Okay. The next question real quick.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, my question goes like this.
Okay.
Is there any package that UBA has in terms of giving grants to entrepreneurs? Because what I realize most of the time, they keep talking about loans, and business is such that operates in a very chaotic environment where you now discover that somebody might not even, know how this business is going to end up. So if there is grants,
or foundations built up to support small business giving a grant, but a bank is not built to give grants. They are supposed to support you on the loan side. So we must also focus attention on solutions in the right direction where they will come from.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Any other? I think that's the last question for today. Yes, please.
Thank you. I was caught by something you said about about not only banking, UBA does other things to look at other facets of life. Now, thinking about it, you said something about businesses dying in their first 5 years. I see it as a function of something. When we start, okay, when I say I'm a fashion designer now, I'll now look at almost every fabric here. None of them is made in Nigeria. Every fabric here is made in China. Okay, I'm a brand ambassador, I do branding. Papers, we don't even have a paper mill in Nigeria. So talking about what the bank can do, I still want to know, does UBA have any plan of encouraging the younger generation to start producing from the scratch? Because we have these resources and school is teaching us that we should export these resources to make revenue. But that is the chief characteristic of why businesses fail. We don't produce in Nigeria. We just sell what other people produce. So does UBA have a plan for that?
So the answer is yes. Yes, and I think most of the questions being asked, even by the moderator, and the one you just posed is what we mentioned. Now, when we talk about the Young Entrepreneurs Finance Scheme, innovative at the structural real sector basis. But in addition, in collaboration with Development Bank of Nigeria, in collaboration with Central Bank of Nigeria, there are a lot of intervention funds that also speak to such initiatives happening. So the Central Bank and the Development Bank of Nigeria have been doing quite a lot over the years to ensure that they encourage Africans to produce locally, to move from raw material exporting to processing of the raw materials here, in the area of agriculture especially, okay? And in the area of ICT, in the area of creative industry, for instance, really those that are into technology, in the area of fashion, which is what you are talking about. So there's a scheme by the central bank today that focuses on that, the Creative Industry Finance Scheme, at interest rate of sub 10%, close to 5% per annum, just focused on that. And you can get up to 10-year loan at 5%. You can't beat that. So these loans are actually passed through commercial banks, of which UBA is a participant. So those facilities are available to you, okay, so once they take off.
That's very good. I think that's all we have for the questions. Please, a round of applause for Mr. Jude Anile, who is the head retail banking of United Bank for Africa. And another round of applause for Mr. Obinna, who is the CEO of Waka Now. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this has been very helpful. Please just stay glued to the screen as you'll be watching more. Okay. All right, I think. Good day. Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. Just to make an announcement that the UBA Marketplace is open. Obviously, the stalls out there are open, but we're also open online, ubamarketplace.com. Whether or not you're able to get a stall in this physical location, you can actually sign up online. Our e-commerce platform is now open. So thank you all for coming. Please enjoy your time here at the UBA Marketplace.
Hello? Please, gentlemen and ladies, kindly leave for the floor of the marketplace. Thank you. The journalists, please come forward. All the journalists, please come forward. Please, quickly, let's do this quickly, please. We'll use this place as a What we'll do is, GMD will sit down here, so that everybody will be full. Quickly, let's do that. Quickly. The journalists, please, kindly come forward, please. Hello, all the journalists. People are going out. Hello, bros. Where are you now? So you are here. Hello, bros. Hello? Lola, please help tell the radio guys so that just for 20 minutes we'll be through. Are we set? No. They will. Hey, Tola. Give us 20 minutes. Give us 20 minutes. You can stand. Just for your convenience, yeah. Good afternoon, GMD. I prefer standing. Yes. You know, my GMD is a fit man. It's unlike you. You've eaten too much of fish in Abuja. But you guys, are you standing up? But he's using microphone. He's using microphone. You can hear me. Yes. Right? There's no more noise. You can hear you. Yes. Gentlemen of the press, there's no gentle ladies of the press. This is the group managing director. This is the group managing director, CEO of United Bank for Africa. As you could see, we are having a very novel activity in Abuja, first of its kind. And all this is due to the vision in which the man beside me gives. So let's ask him questions. Why are we doing this? About the marketplace, about our support for entrepreneurship. So let our questions be centered on entrepreneurship, this marketplace, and what we are doing in this space. Thank you as we move. Well, number one question.
Could you just give us an idea of what you are doing here? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a wonderful day in the history of United Bank for Africa. As you very well know, this is a bank that has operated for over 70 years. In fact, we just celebrated 70 years early this year. We operate in 20 African countries. We operate in the UK.
All right. If you're just joining us, it's still the UBA Marketplace 19. There's about to be a fashion show happening, so any exhibitor or visitor that would like to be a part of the fashion show.
Yeah, T.
It's no longer taking that predominant position because technology is now making things easier for us to do. You can reach without even having a physical shop where you have to pay rent. It was not possible before. UBA is bridging that gap by bringing them together and reaching out to them, and it's something that we are thinking of how to actually take it across every geography that we operate in, starting here in Abuja in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
What's your commitment to SMEs funding?
As you know, UBA is in the forefront of that, and working with Central Bank Governor and the Bankers Committee, the banking committee is focusing on this now, and I'm sure you are seeing a lot of activity in this area. But we are not just doing that as others are doing it. We have created very strong SME desk in our bank. Brought people, not just bankers, but small, young entrepreneurs that understand it, so that we don't look at it from the prism of the banker. So our own strategy is completely different. We are working from the standpoint of the customer, which is our philosophy, customer-led philosophy. So we are not designing our products the way a typical banker would design it. Because of the integration that we have with these SMEs, we understand better, and we are designing our solutions for them. That helps us to de-risk this market, because the question is always, how do you mitigate the risk? Somebody said that the average life is 5 years. We don't want that to happen. The messages we see today started one day. All the things we see, global companies started somewhere. And they did not start big. They started from small family businesses, which is not different from what we see today. But you have to have passion, you have to understand the goal, you have to understand the goal, you have to understand the solution to provide. And we have to be learning as well. When we are deploying a lot of in our interaction with both most of the they buy in 100 naira and sell at 13 naira. They say that they profit of 3 naira. But that's not the profit. Because selling at 13 naira, you have entered taxi. You have to take care of yourself. You might even have made a loss, even though on paper it looks like you have made a profit of 3 naira. But bringing this kind of training and understanding of the finance, which is a major gap that they have. And we also encourage them, as we were told here, the money that you make should be real profit, not gross profit. You can take a part of it for other people, what you have, so that you can grow from being an SME to medium and scale business, big enterprise, and a global organization like United Bank for Africa today. Thank you. The budget has been well defined right from day one. The UBA is an organization that plans for everything. But starting, I'm not able to tell you exactly, but I'm sure you can estimate what's going on here. This is a global thing that you are seeing, because what others have done is to invite entrepreneurs in Nigeria. We have entrepreneurs as a different problem. It will affect the market, but not in the business. Everything you do in life has a lifestyle. Invest in them and wait for it to return. And again, in United Bank for Africa, it's not just about business. We're trying also to give back to the communities where we make money from. And you know we have UBA Foundation, which will support education, enterprise, and of course environment, because we believe that we should give back. So it doesn't mean that all the people you are seeing here will make money for UBA. No. If they make money on their own, our society will be better. There will be better security that we are struggling today. Because if you look at our GDP growth is about 2.1, and the latest report from United Nations shows that we're over 200 million. So we are growing more than our GDP, so there's a gap. The likes of UBA and government cannot provide all the employment. In fact, we are facing saturation. So it's only these SMEs that can create it. People should stop finishing school and looking for jobs. People should finish school and say, what can I do for myself? Thank you very much.
So, for an organization.
All right. Apologize for the breaking transmission. How are you guys doing? How are you feeling today? Hi, my name is Bolly Lama, and you'll be seeing me a lot around the Red Zone. And thank you for coming through. If you're just joining us, the hashtag is still the UBA Marketplace 19. If you're an exhibitor or a visitor that wants to witness the fashion show, I'd advise that you come to the front because the fashion show is about to start now. I'd like to introduce the first fashion house, Black Flare Fashion. Round of applause for Black Flare Fashion. Abigail Atawadi is the head fashion designer at the bespoke formal and special event brand Black Flare. She enjoys creating garments from the very first idea to the hands-on construction and final finishing. She's a trained architect with proficiency in corsetry, pattern cutting, design garment, production.
signs. I'm in love with girls that like to party, drink Bacardi straight and talk about star signs. Oh, you got a thing for me, tryna give her the thing for me. Now she's stalking my socials, tryna get into my mind. You should know better, but you a go-getter. We're just young and reckless, how she holding on to my necklace, yeah. I'm in love with girls that like to party, drink Bacardi straight and talk about star signs. I'm in love with girls that like to party, drink Bacardi straight and talk about star signs.
Night to the money, craving your loving. I wanna know, are you gonna be my rider now? Yeah, so why you playing both sides? Yeah, she a prima donna, love with the commas. She no wanna love her, she no care about star signs. She only care about dollar signs. Calling on you, that girl with the biggest something.
Alright,
So baby, girl,
give it up for Abigail Attorney. If you love what you just saw, that's Black Flair Fashion, and that is the CEO, the person in charge of that fashion line, Black Flair Fashion House. One more time, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we like to keep it low profile. Yes, we go turn up when the link up. Yes, we go mania when the link up. Yes, we for money, then go still fine. Now we can talk about star signs.
I'm in love with girls that like to party, drink Bacardi straight and talk about star signs. I'm in love with girls that like to party, drink Bacardi straight and talk about star signs.
Alright, if you love what you saw, can I have a round of applause for Black Flair Fashion, please? Also, there's an experience center over there far left. If you want to have a conversation with Abigail. Coming next is another fashion house, and the name is Belos. Belos is a lifestyle brand that focuses on creating timeless experiences through women's wear. Established in 2012 as a bespoke clothing label, the designer is Omon, who rose to fame after winning the multi-choice fashion protege in 2014. And this brand focuses on ready-to-wear in a bid to plug into the global market structure and cater to a wider audience through our unique operational structure. So the next fashion house coming up is Belois, and they will be ready shortly. So please, if you're just joining us, don't forget the hashtag is UB8 Marketplace 19, and there's a series of activities lined up. My name is Bolly Lama, and it's great having you. Thank you. Don't forget hashtag. Shout out to the GMD in the building. Coming up is Belois DJ.
All I do is think about my baby. I'm so gone off your loving, I don't know why. Baby, it's the way you love me, hold me, kiss me, 'cause baby, I like you know that I've been with the best, and baby, you're the best of the best, you're the greatest. I don't know what it is, but I don't know what you do, but I don't know what it is, but I don't know what you do, but oh baby. Aristocrat Records.
Alright. While we wait for Belois, I want to...
Let's show you how it's done.
What is your name?
Red Radio, feel the pulse.
We have Jefferson Cole, we have Mazzy.
Let's show you how it's done.
What is your name?
Red Radio, feel the pulse.
course, Wani Fuga,
internationally.
YBK Design,
Internationally.
JZ Menswear, and Cheto.
Now you did from Robocop, but not to the reality must come up.
And finally we have Owen Chico. And so if you're just joining us, there's a fashion show happening here. And if you want to be a part of it, just come to the stage. And we'll continue shortly. My name is Bobby Lama. I'm your host.
Jet setter, go getter, nothing better. Call me Mr. Been that, done that. Top model chick to your everyday hood rat. Less than all, but more than a few. But I never met one like you. Been all over the world, done a little bit of everything, little bit of everywhere, with a little bit of everyone. All the girls I've been with, things I've seen, it takes much to impress. But sure enough, your glow, it makes your soul stand out from all the rest. Baby, I could be in love, but I just don't know. Maybe one thing is for certain, whatever you do is working. Other girls don't matter, in your presence can't do what you do. There's a million girls around, but I don't see no one but you. Girl, you're so one in a million. You are, baby, you're the best I ever had. And I'm certain that
said she tired, little money, need a big boy. Pull up 20-inch blades like I'm Lil Troy. Now it's everybody flocking, need a decoy. Shorty mixing up the vodka with the liquor.
You're here for Belois. Can I have a round of applause, please? One more time, I'll introduce the brand. Belois is a lifestyle brand that focuses on creating timeless experiences through women's wear. And the brand was established in 2012 as a bespoke clothing label. The designer Omon rose to fame after winning the multi-choice fashion protege in 2014. This brand focuses on ready-to-wear materials in a bid to plug into the global market structure and cater to a wider audience through our unique operational structure. So one more time, can I have a round of applause for Belois, ladies and gentlemen?
Don't on the beat. My girl, she got a gun in her hand, and she keeps one in her man. Baby girl, I know what I did. You ain't gotta run the amount, so run the amount. Baby, I say run the amount. Let me know how you really feel, so run the amount. You know I got a special spot to help you remember me. And every time you leave this spot, you know I get to see. Oh, she's bright like electric bulb, so everybody gets to see, yeah. And every time you leave this spot, you know I get to see, yeah. But tonight you can call my phone, tonight you can call me all night long. Tonight I represent the guy with the money who live fast, but still, baby, don't die young. Say tonight you can call my phone, tonight you can call me all night long. Tonight I represent the guy with the money who live fast, but still, baby, don't die young. So tonight just go all the way with me, all the way with me. Tonight just go all the way with me, all the way with me. Tonight just go all the way with me, all the way with me. Tonight just go all the way with me, all the way with me. See a different love and I may not boast. Me, I keep on dodging them in my post. I don't even mind your number 2. Tell me what you want, I want it too. But if you wanna go, I understand why. I can never be the number 1 guy. I don't even mind a number 2. Tell me what you want, I want it too. You know I got a special spot to help you remember me. And every time you leave this spot, you know I get to see. Oh, she's bright like an electric bulb, so everybody gets to see, yeah. And every time we leave this spot, you know I get to see, yeah. But tonight you can't call my phone. Tonight you can't call me all night long. Tonight I represent the guy with the money who live fast, but still, baby, don't try.
I've been up 4 days, having 3 ways. Let my in twos, I'm the one, man. Tryna jump in my lane, I'm in the air, man. Make her fall in love, she gon' want the last name. I'm a giant to these like San Fran. And this beat slap like a backhand. I know you wanna a rapper, you a rap fan. How you just glowed up like Pac-Man? I get it, you got bands. Make your own money, make it, and it's on advance. If I hit once, then I know I can hit it again. T-shirt and your panties on, baby, you know what it is. I make it hot. I make it hot. Make it hot. Yeah. Don't stop. Make it hot. Make it hot. Don't stop. I make it hot. Make it hot.
Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down, Tatiana. I wanna see you bust down. Pick it up. Now break that shit down. Break it down. Speed it up. Now slow that shit down. On the gas. Slow it down. Bust it. Bust it. Bust down. Bust it. Bust it. Bust down. On the gas. Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down.
Twister on the remix, what now? Finna go bananas on the mat, I wanna see the Tatiana bust down. Drop it down, but she have my trust now. Feeling like the ass was fatter, so I got her all in my truck now. When you liking her, it'll strike a nerve. She forever got you hoping because of the way she busted open like candy. I can see the way she walk, and when I look at the way she moving, I wanna get her something real nice. Come and make it clap like a hot slut. Come and throw it back for me like a cameo box cut. Tatiana, come bust it down when it's cocked up. Pull up and twerk it for all of my niggas locked up.
Bust down, Tatiana. Bust down, Tatiana. I wanna see you bust down. Pick it up, now break that shit down. Break it down, speed it up, and slow that shit down.
I've been a bad bitch, Kakiana, and I'm still winning Pakiana.
Alright, if you're just joining the fashion show, this is Belois.
You gon' have to give me Tapiana if you tryna get some Slapiana. I call my ops Apiana and shut down.
Distance between our bodies. Let me be like I want ya. Can I feel back up on ya? The distance between our bodies. Girl, you whine like a warrior. Put me down in your holster. Distance between us, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Roll tight like crimson. That's how I like my baby. Like I like my chicken, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Y'all come closer to me.
Top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up.
Alright, and that's Belois. I'd like to introduce the CEO Belois. Omar, can I have a round of applause for the CEO Belois? If you love what you just saw, that is Omar, and that's the CEO of Belois. A round of applause, please, guys. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, we'll turn heads forever. So tonight I'm gonna show you off. When I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change.
Sorry, radio. Can I talk to the crowd for a bit? Sorry, are you people tired? We are not clapping now. Round of applause for Belois one more time. Guys, it's not easy being a creative, and it's not easy being an entrepreneur. A lot of these guys there are talented, so I need you to please support them. If you love Belois and if you love Black Flare Fashion, there's an experience center all the way there at the left. You can talk to the designers, and of course you can buy some of their fits. Next up is Zephins & Co, but they're getting set up, so please, thank you very much. Don't forget the hashtag is the UPA Marketplace 19, and my name is Bolly Lomo.
Bro, the girl with the sing song, yeah. I need to baby you.
Shout out to you.
Feel okay.
Together.
Still be on the beat. Me, I got the girl I go die for. I got the girl I go sing for. 50 girls on default, but now you be the one I go kill for. Baby girl, you be jailer.
Handcuff me, no go leave me, oh. You be one in a million. Baby, chop on my million. See like easy, baby, I'm my out. My out. Like every day you get the fire out. Fire out. Fire out. See why, baby, my out. My out. She said, Ricky, Jaja, Jaja, Jaja. Go, 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 shout it. Girl, it's your birthday. Go, 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 shout it. You know it's your birthday. Go, 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 shout it. Yeah, it's your birthday. Go, 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 shout it. You know it's your birthday. I get to get where they trouble me, oh. She just bust my brain. She dey say she want my shit again. She dey twist my dread. Yeah, you sweet, yourself. Yeah, you turn me up. And I'm in the grace for your body. So. Tell me what I done to you. All I did is got to love for you. Tell me I'm the one for you. Tell me I'm the one for you. Tell me if I'm the one for you. Tell me I'm the one for you. Because of you I sing this song for you. You made me go iska, iska, bang bang, honey told me that she got me red. Honey told me that she got me red-handed. Honey told me that she got me red. Damn. I be the nigga we go ginger you. I got you with the headboard. Clean my lens and focus my eyes on you. Cameraman with the headshot. No let champagne pop out the hinder you. Apprentice with the lens walk. Okay. Come through. Aye. Give me kiss or give me that. Step into my past, make I drive you mental. That I go with the leg walk. Now the highway you hide me, oh. Lucky do with my dreadlock. Oh yeah, hit me, my boom man. Until I give you the question. Come through, give me kiss, or give me that. Wait, yeah. Love is sweet, my girl. Baby, check around, now only me forget. And I never forget. Chat my energy, I no get time for no enemy. To repay to me. Nothing with person never see. I'm on nothing with person never see. Forget it, I say bashi. Money soon expected. Take our body, I jump. I take her to the person. Jeje. I'm in the answer, yes sir. Then I'm in the answer, yes sir. Respect is reciprocal, even though una know say I special. Anybody, we no want to search it. Anybody, we no the carry body. I can't something, I can't something. Go back to fele, I can't something. Alright, don't forget the experience center is over there. We've had Black Flare Fashion and we've had Deloitte. If you're interested in the pieces you saw from them, please go all the way to the left and you can have a chat with some of the designers. Coming up is Zephans and Co. Anybody, we no want to search it. Anybody, we not the carry body. I can't something, I can't something. Alright. So I'd like to please introduce the next fashion house, Zephans and Co. And this is set up by Nkiru Achukwu, who is the founder and creative director of Zephans and Co. Her love for fashion and the need to put the West African fashion industry on the global map, combined with the need to create an avenue for affordable celebrity fashion that birthed what is now one of the leading made in Nigeria ready-to-wear companies in the country. Zephans & Co. is the parent company to a female and male ready-to-wear fashion brand,
tagged Le Victoria and Zuri Z respectively. The company makes all of its pieces in Nigeria using locally sourced fabrics and collaborating with local crafters to highlight their artisanal skills. So ladies and gentlemen, please, I need your support in welcoming Zephyr's and Co. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have a round of applause?
Oh my God, look at that girl, the way she move back, last year, wine coco, go down poco, oh no, say wine coco, go down poco, wine coco, go down poco, oh no, say wine coco, go down poco, Charlie, it be you, Joanna. I said make I shoot in my shot too. I go banana. Do you like it? Up, down, oh shit, shy. I'll be you, oh baby, oh my delight. Jimazu, massive. Don't charge my energy, I no get time for no enemy. To reach people to me. Nothing with person never see, I'm on nothing with person never see. Forget it, I say bashi. Money soon expected. Take our body, I jump. I take her to the person. Jeje. I'm in the answer, yes sir. Then I'm in the answer, yes sir. Respect is reciprocal, even though una know say I special. Anybody, we no want to surgery. Anybody, we no the carry body. I can't something, I can't something. Go back a fele, I can't something. You want your bed, you never walk. Shall not because myself I never talk. I look you, they laugh, you go. I shall no say the time go come, mama. I no say the time go come. When you look go fit the aroma. Mama, life not on python. Whether you like or not, go back and tell me you best kill it, go pass. So yeah, keep me jack up. Anybody, we no want to surgery. Anybody, we no the carry body. I can't something, I can't something. Go back a fele, I can't something. And as soon as they give me this money, cause these people them they do waiting for me, yeah. Baba give me this money, cause these people them they do waiting for me, yeah. As I wake this money, the first thing will come my mind now how to make this money. As I wake this money, I tell myself say I'm allowed to make this money. Information we can confirm, oil and gas we confirm, plenty money confirm, higher confirm, confirm, market woman confirm, transport driver confirm, everybody confirm. I love this style. I love it, I love this. I love this style. I love it, I love this. They give me this money, cause these people them they do it, yeah. Baba give me this money, cause these people them they do waiting for me, yeah. Answer my prayer,
Alright, and that is Zephyr's and Co. I would like to introduce the superstar behind the creative process behind Zephyr's and Co. Can I have a round of applause for Nkiru Achukwu. Can I have a round of applause for the CEOs, Zephyrs and Co?
And that ain't right. I thought you can't handle it on your own, but you too damn far to drink all alone. Can I come bubble with you? To you, I'ma make a toast. Come on, don't talk, baby, just move with me. Take a sip, kinda got you feeling busy. It's alright with me if it's alright with you. Don't talk, baby, just move with me. Take a sip, kinda got you feeling busy. It's alright with me if it's alright with you. Oh, baby, got me hard as a ghost with the corner cookie. Smelling up like it's getting hot in the room. All pressed on you and I know you feel it too. And that's alright. Pardon me, I'ma back up and be a gentleman. And if it's really real, then you can tell me.
Alright, that's Zephyrs and Co. We have one more before the end of this category of the fashion presentation. However, there's another one at 4:30. So if you're just joining us, it's still the UBA Marketplace 19, and this is the fashion show. We had Black Flare Fashion, we had Deloitte, and now we just had Zephyrs and Co. If you love the pieces you just saw, there's a stand all the way there to my left. It's an experience stand for you to have a word with the designers and of course buy some of their pieces. The final fashion house for this segment will be Mazi Lagos, but I will give them about 5 minutes to come out. So one more time, thank you for taking time to look at the pieces that you like, and please support them by clapping. Thank you very much.
She call me daddy, I don't even know her mama. She gon' do it for
Alright, we have one more fashion house, so please don't leave. I still have Mazi Lagos about to showcase their stuff, so please don't leave. However, like I said earlier, if you'd like to have a word with Deloitte, Black Flare, and of course Zephyrs and Co. The designers are all the way to the left there. Please, you can talk to them and of course buy some of their pieces. Don't forget to hashtag UBA Marketplace 19, and of course you can add us at It's Red TV and UBA Group. Also, don't forget to look at all the stands. There are a lot of stands around here, a lot of exhibitors, from food to designers to clothes, anything that you think you want. It's a market, guys, so please go around. And after this, we're going to be having a Lion King screening at the Red Zone. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. Yes, there's one more house showcasing Mazi Lagos. Thank you very much.
She call me daddy, I don't even know her mom. She want, but I ain't even got a condom.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Batman Scoop, and we're taking it all the way back. This is a vintage tune. Just the dirt on it, and let's rock. Let's go. Puerto Rico, wah, wah. Puerto Rico, wah, wah. Puerto Rico, wah, wah. Puerto Rico, wah, wah. Here we go now. What? Here we go now. Here we go now. What? Here we go now. If you got a fat butt, put your hands up. If you got a fat butt, put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Hands up. Hands up.
Havana, ooh, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana, ooh, na, na. He took me back to East Atlanta, na, na, na. Half of my heart is in Havana. There's something about his manners. Havana, ooh, na, na. Didn't walk up with that, how you doing? When he came in, he said there's a lot of girls I can do it, but I can't with that. No one forever in a minute. That's on my night. And Papa says he got Milo in him. He got me feeling like ooh. I knew it when I met him. I loved him when I left him. Got me feeling like ooh. get in. Even though they know I really ain't into it.
You're not into it?
I'm not into it. I hear and I've been through it. See how bags, my boots, my jeans, will a rock with my rebel yell underneath. You wanna step to me? Since you got a long way to go. Rock when you know you claim that you're so hot. And you say you got skills in the bedroom. You try to front when you're so mad. Had a chance, you still never come through. You say you wanna come see me, cause you know your girlfriend wanna be me. I'ma tell you why you can't. Since you got a long way to go. Say you wanna love me, wanna touch me, think twice cause you got a long way to go. Don't know how to act, how to fall back. It's not that cause you got a long way to go. It's not that deep, take it easy, you know please me. Got a long way to go, I'm a bad girl, you wanna get close. Hands up cause you got a long way. I love it when they try to get scandalous, even though they know they really can't handle it.
They can't handle it?
They can't handle it. Trying to take me out to dinner, I cancel it. If you really wanna know me, first of all, you should never try to get too personal, cause I meant it when I said that you got a long way to go.
DJ Khaled, you stick out of the crowd, baby, it's a no-brainer. It ain't the hard to choose. Him or me, be for real, baby, it's a no-brainer. You got your mind on loose. Go hard and watch the sunrise. One night it change your whole life. Pop top, drop top, baby, it's a no-brainer. Put 'em up if you with me, yeah, 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 yeah. In the middle. This whole time, I blow the brains out of your mind. And I ain't talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally. She look like she nasty. She look like she classy. She look at her dancing. I took her to the mansion. You stick out of the crowd, baby, it's a no-brainer. It ain't that hard to choose. Him or me, be for real, baby, it's a no-brainer. You got your mind on loose. Go hard and watch the sunrise. One night it change your whole life. Pop top, drop top, baby, it's a no-brainer. Put 'em on, it's a
We're still at the fashion presentation, and like I said, we have one more fashion line going up right now, and that's Mazzy Lagos. So please, if you're here for the fashion presentation, please don't go. I've got one more house called Mazzy Lagos, and then I have a special Lion King screening. I want to mention that the Lion King screening is first come, first serve. If you have registered for the Lion King screening, I need you to get your invitations ready. You need to have whatever they sent you for the screening ready. The screening will start immediately after Mazzy Lagos. So we are about to get started with Mazzy Lagos. So please stick around for that.
Cause when you're with me, you're my whole world. Like when it's just me and you. Vibe is crazy between us two. You're my home.
This is Red Radio, powered by UBA, Africa's global bank.
Alright, thank you Mazzy Lagos, DJ. So Mazzy Lagos is a bespoke menswear accessories brand titled Mazzy, which is derived from the Igbo language which means sir. However, the line is reserved for highly respected gentlemen and becomes a generational title. Mazzy Lagos aims to provide customers with custom fitted attire, creating that sophisticated gentleman with all the necessary accessories to take on the city life. The brand's creative designer is Toluwani Wabara, who is the CEO of Wani Fuga as well. This brand was birthed in 2018 and is located in Lekki, Lagos. So please, can I have a round of applause for Mazi Lagos? Thank you.
This is Red Radio, powered by UBA, Africa's global bank.
Gaga music.
Larry Gaga. Baby say your matter na matter oh. My sherry coco make I bet you like that oh. Only one girl way fi eye me like laga oh. Every time I see your face, na so I dey stagger oh. Yeah. Go down on the low, down on the low. Make it do I'm on the low, make it do I'm on the low. Baby no one has to know, baby no one has to know. Baby my body wo, baby my body wo. Go down on the low, down on the low. Make it do I'm on the low, make it do I'm on the low. Baby keep it on the low, baby keep it on the low. Baby my body wo, baby my body wo. Oh yeah. Body I love my daily oh. Need below my pussy oh. Yeah. Baby girl I fit fight for your matter oh. Yeah. I promise I no gonna use you play my year oh. Oh yeah. See your love it is sweet in my body oh, yeah. It dey make me want to spend money oh, yeah. See your love it is sweet in my body oh, yeah. It dey make me want to spend money. So go down on the low, down on the low. Make it do I'm on the low, make it do I'm on the low. Baby no one has to know, no one has to know. Baby my body wo, my body wo. Go down on the low, down on the low. Make it do I'm on the low.
I drive a sports car just to prove I'm a real big baller cause I made $1 million and I spend it on girls and shoes. But you don't wanna be high like me, never really knowing why like me. You don't ever wanna step off that roller coaster and be all alone. And you don't wanna ride the bus like this, never knowing who to trust like this. You don't wanna be stuck up on that stage singing, stuck up on that stage singing. Oh, I know a sad soul, sad souls, darling. Oh, I know a sad souls, sad souls. I know a sad soul.
Oh shit, I got a kid. Oh, I can sing so well. Wonder if I can say the N-word. But can I really say the N-word? What up, my nigga? What up, my nigga? Big ups, my nigga. We up, my nigga. You pussy ass nigga. Man, fuck y'all niggas. Cause I'm that nigga, 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 nigga. I'm that nigga. I woke up in Chris Brown's body. So how this shit turned into Freaky Friday. But we got no choice but to turn this bitch sideways. I can't believe that it's Freaky Friday. It's Freaky Friday. I'm in Chris Brown's body. I drive his Ferrari and I'm like skin black.
What the fuck? I woke up and I'm Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky? Fuck. This shit is real weak.
Alright.
Stand perched up on his balls.
Sorry, I want to do this quickly.
Nobody know my name.
Drop it a little.
Pictures, this is great.
Where are all the Igbo brothers in the building? Igbo! 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 Alright, round of applause for CEO Mazi Lagos, Solowani Fuba. Thank you very much. I think I need that. I need that dress. I'm in Mazi today. Alright, can I drop it a little, please? DJ, drop it a little. I want to talk to them. How you guys feeling? How you feeling? UBA Marketplace. Alright, don't forget, it's still UBA Marketplace 19. Don't forget to check out all the exhibitions, all the exhibitor stands. There are a lot of things from food to beauty. But right now, I want to tell you what's happening next. It's at the Red Zone. we're going to do a private screening for Lion King, and it's first come, first serve. So if you are still here, you are in the wrong place. It's right there. You need to have your invite ready. So if you show that you registered, have your invitations ready in your email. Make sure you register. Don't go there and say, oh, my friend told me about it. Oh, make sure you registered for it. The Lion King is about to start showing over there. My name is Bolilamo and I'm your host. Please, like I said, it's a market, so please try and walk around as much as you can. There'll be something here that you like, and of course, it's very affordable. Thank you very much. There's another fashion show at 4:30, and I'll see you later. Let's go, DJ.
Tell me where you're gonna be.
It's the ultimate experience. Buy, shop, learn with family and friends.
Marketplace, UBA. It's the place to be. UBA. Marketplace, UBA.
Red TV is gonna be there. Delicious foods and drinks to share.
Fashion accessories and groceries. Lots more you can afford to miss.
UBA. Marketplace, UBA.
Twin Whiskets, Starboy.
UBA. The Marketplace, UBA.
Come on, everybody, let's go.
UBA Marketplace is the place to be.
Happening at the Transcorp Hilton Abuja on the 26th and 27th of July. UBA, Africa's global bank.
All right, you're still listening to Red Radio, reaching you live from the UBA Marketplace 2019. It's going on live at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel, Abuja. All right, now we've got all sorts lined up. First of all, I'm Joseph Faulkner. I still have Shady in the building.
That's right. A whole lot of great things happening right here at the UBA Marketplace. And if you're going around in the entire establishment wondering how to procure these wonderful items, be them perfumes, jewelry, accessories, handbags, fashion wares, from footwear down to clothes, it's very easy peasy. Our very wonderful friend Leo, our wonderful AI assistant, is always available for chats, of course, for recommendations, as regards whatever you need to do. Send in money and so much more.
All right, in case you're wondering who Leo is, yeah, if you saw before the SME panel, there was this guy, you know, who was talking about all sorts you can do on the UBA app. But I've got someone in the building, I've got an interesting name for him. Lemachi, but I like to call him Lemar. He's going to come in here and we're going to talk about Leo. Lemachi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. First of all, Leo, and everybody's wondering, what is Leo? Who is Leo? Who is Leo?
Leo is your best friend. Leo is at your fingertips. You can chat with Leo on Facebook or WhatsApp, so it's at your convenience. Anything you need, Leo got you.
Interesting enough. Now, you said you can chat with Leo on Facebook, on Twitter, on WhatsApp?
Just WhatsApp and Facebook.
Okay, on WhatsApp and Facebook. Yes. And what exactly are the things Leo can do for you? Now, if you don't own a UBA account, you're still sleeping on a bicycle. You are sleeping on a bike, because UBA is the truly global bank.
And speaking about having a UBA account, it is as easy as just 3 simple digits. Of course, it's just all you need to do is dial *919# to open an account and get straight to funding your account, to buying airtime and many more. And of course, if you're into this relationship with Leo, of course, you get to hear a whole lot more about him.
All right, so let's break it down now. Let's break it down, Lemar. What are the specific things I can do with Leo?
Yeah, so Leo, as I said, is your best friend. Leo is right next to you to cater for your needs on the go. So at the comfort of your house, in your office, on your bed, in traffic, you can carry out multiple transactions with Leo. A few things Leo could do: you could fund transfers with Leo, you could buy airtime to any line with Leo, you could check your account balance, you could pay bills, and a lot more, and it eases every activity you have to do. So you don't need to visit a branch, you don't need to stress yourself. Once you have Leo, Facebook, Messenger, WhatsApp, he has you covered.
All right, that's so fantastic. We'll keep talking about Leo as the days go on, yeah. And tomorrow we're still going to be here talking about Leo. But before we do all of that, thank you very much, Lema. By the way, thank you very much. Just in few words, you can open an account with Leo. You can check your balance with Leo. You can pay all kinds of bill with Leo. So with Leo, a lot of your banking needs are sorted. But let's go back to what just happened.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Before we rumble, let's get back to what just happened. Now, guys, if you did not register for the screening of Lion King, there is no need clogging the entrance to the red zone. There is no need clogging the entrance to the red zone. If you did not register to be part of the Lion King screening, please don't clog the entrance. Now, let's go back to what we just. I've been talking about food, but then I saw all kinds of fashion.
Yeah.
All sorts of designers coming up with all kinds of designs. What do you make of that?
You know what they say about appetite? Aside the normal one we get to see in the kitchen, there's appetite for the eyes and so much more. All fashion designers came through to represent 100. And I want to absolutely say it was a fantastic time to actually view and enjoy their wonderful creative designs at the moment. And speaking about that, while we look forward to the private screening of Lion King, about we take our time to actually talk about the pop culture being pushed by this particular movie in question. Not only do we have some of your fantastic movie stars and musicians on this one, it's also the fact that there's an entire album from the movie as well, featuring some of Africa's finest, from Burna Boy down to Wizkid, of course Beyonce on the album definitely, and so much more.
I'm not gonna play spoiler here because I was about to start talking about Lion King. In case you haven't seen it, I've seen it. Yeah, and it was absolutely amazing. But you know, one of the things that did it for me about Lion King, and you just quickly touch on that now, and that's the African artists, the array of African artists on the soundtrack album. That's The Gift. Now, for so many people who do not know, there are two different albums actually. There are two different albums. There's the Beyonce The Gift. That's the one we have.
Host of Africa, Busiswa, Moonchild Sanelli, Burna Boy, and so many. I think Jara is with Burna Boy is probably my favorite.
Jara?
Yeah.
Really? You know, a whole lot of people who know Joseph Falkland know I love the ladies.
Let's show you how it's done.
What is your name?
Red Radio, feel the pulse.
Get ready to rumble.
Smith your banks. Okay. Every time, why am I money? Every time, why am I money? Every time, why am I money? Hello, baby, have you sent it? You don't even know what you do to me. Don't fake all the show, but yeah. All I'ma get you is scammer. I get follow you for back. Baby, you blow my mind, I don't go lie. See, baby, if you want to leave for Piccoli, no do shakara, no they carry your shoulder. As you see me so, baby, now because of you, I don't go low. See, I don't get go. Want to get to go, don't go. Bado. Left me. Do you want to get Shawty want $1 million. Say make a wire. Tell me to wanna cover my girl. He say all our friends are living la vida loca. If I'm me, my lover, yeah, you for there for me. You for there. When the boy they hunger, I for die for you. But you say if you don't get money, I hide your face, I hide my face. Make another man picking on my race. I love you, no mean say. If you say make I put one hand for fire, burn. I go put one for fire. You know mean say. If you say make I put one leg for fire, burn. I go put leg for fire. Give me love, make a love. Yeah. No one above. Yeah. Let me hear you sing. Yeah. Sauce on the beat. Yaga. Them no bought me yesterday. Every girl you was designer. Them no bought me yesterday. I know say your love will cost you something. Now you they do me something. You they do me like you gonna. I see the fire in your eyes, burning like a cigarette. Baby girl, are you from Ghana? Or you coming from Somalia? Are you coming from Uganda? Or you coming from Nigeria? African bagger. Baby, don't change your style, girl. I love you the way you are. The way you are.
Yeah, what's happening? My name is Faust, aka Faust, the bad guy. Ladies and gentlemen, they're also calling me the president of the SBA. Keep listening to Red Radio. Feel the pulse.
Still the Red Radio here at center, of course, at the center of all things happening at the Transcorp Hilton Hotel. If you're just in, we're welcome to the UBA Marketplace 2019 and so much more. You might have missed out on quite a lot though, so you can catch up on all of that on social media at UBA Group, at It's Red TV, and use the hashtag UBA Marketplace 19. But while we are up to speed on all things going on, we've got whiff that something is looming around. I hear there's a story or just about a raffle draw coming up. Joseph, did you hear about that?
Yeah, well, a little bird just whispered into my ears that there are going to be some freebies, and I love free things.
I can't wait to hear all about this.
But that's why we're going to bring Lemar back. Now, for all of you who know him, you know him as Lemachi, but today I christen him Lemar. So, Lemar, bring him back to the microphone. Now, we're hearing that there's going to be some sort of giveaways. What's this all about?
Courtesy UBA, we have our raffle draw. So please, when you pay for any item from any vendor, take your POS receipt to the Experience Center, and that qualifies you for the raffle draw. It's automatic, it's straightforward, it's stress-free. When you've made a purchase, please take your receipt given to you by the vendor from the POS to the Experience Center, and that qualifies you as part of the raffle draw. You will be in line to win a preloaded prepaid card worth 10,000 naira.
Wow. Sorry, are we qualified for this?
Very important.
Because I got a couple of receipts in my pocket.
No, I don't think we're part of it.
No.
But please, when you pay with a POS, rather than put your receipt in your pocket or rather than throwing it away, please take it to the Experience Center, and automatically you're eligible for the raffle draw to win a loaded prepaid card of at least 10,000 naira.
All right, so don't be like me. Don't throw away your receipts every time you get to the POS. Don't throw away your POS receipts. Take it to the entrance where you'll see beautiful, well, handsome men, not beautiful men, handsome men and ladies, and beautiful ladies dressed in red. Give them your receipts. They put it in a box, and you're qualified for a raffle draw. Now you can win prepaid cards, UBA prepaid cards with about 10,000 naira loaded. 10,000, that's a lot of money.
Amazing, you're coming for an exhibition, enjoying the fashion exhibition, the fashion presentation, great music. If you are among those who are privileged to see the pre-screening for The Lion King, and then you get to go home with 10,000 naira.
That's absolutely amazing.
I think I want to go be a part of the crowd. What do you think?
Sorry, can I resign from here now?
But we're heading right back to the music. So if you're not at the UBA Marketplace, I do not know what you're doing in Abuja. But of course, if you're in the city, get on board with the conversation with the hashtag UBA Marketplace 19. Follow us on Twitter at UBA Group and at It's Red TV.
Now you can do more than just tweet at us. Also take pictures and tag UBA Group on Instagram. Take pictures, tag UBA Group on Instagram, and also add the hashtag UBA Marketplace 19. And you just don't know. You might just be winning something. Let's head back to DJ LJ and DJ.
Here's another hit.
Come on, y'all.
Red Radio. Feel the pulse.
Skin just like pearls, best thing in the world. Never trade you for anybody else in a brown skin girl. Skin just like pearl, the best thing in the world. I never trade you for anybody else singing.
She says she really grew up poor like me. Don't believe in nothing but the Almighty. Just a little jeans and a pure whitey. She never dreamed forever be nobody wifey. Yeah. She wanna mean a pretty but your heart is a miss. Play you like a villain cause she caught in a way.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen,
I am walking away. Line to my mind and I
having fun today.
Tonight I might fall in love.
Make some noise for Red TV.
I'm glad that I'm calming down.
Abuja,
can't let no one come control me. Keep dancing and call it love. She fights it by falling slowly. If ever you are in doubt, remember what mama told me. Brown skin girl, your skin just like pearls. Your back against the world. I never trade you for anybody else. A brown skin girl. girl. Got skin just like pearls. The best thing in all the world. I never trade you for anybody else.
Pose like a trophy when Naomi's walking. She need an Oscar for that pretty dark skin. Pretty like Lupita when the camera's closing. Drip broke the levee when my Kelly's rolling. I think tonight she might braid her braids. Melanin too dark to throw her shade. She minds her business and winds her waist. Go like 24K. Okay. Tonight I might fall in love, depending on how you hold me. I'm glad that I'm calming down. Can't let no one come control me. Keep dancing and call it love. She fighting but falling slowly. If ever you are in doubt, remember what mama told me. Brown skin girl, got skin just like pearls. You're back against the world. I never tried you for anybody else. A brown skin girl, got skin just like pearls. The best thing about the world. I never tried you for anybody else. Oh, have you looked in the mirror lately? Wish you could trade eyes with me. Cause there's complexities in complexion, but your skin is glow like diamonds. Dig me like the earth, you be giving birth to everything alive, baby, know your worth. I love everything about you, from your nappy curls to every single curve, your body natural. Same skin that was broken, be the same skin taking over. Most things out of focus view, but when you're in the room, they notice you. Cause you're beautiful. Yeah, you're beautiful. Them and them gon' fall in love with you in all of your glory. Your skin is not only dark, it shines and it tells your story. Keep dancing, they can't control you. They watching, they all adore you. If ever you are in doubt, remember what mama told you. Brown skin girl.
Yeah, I'm coming out straight this time. I'm coming out with a little of my own kind of peace of mind. I'm doing it my way this time, like I'm not gonna bore you with some flimsy kind of piece of rhymes. So pull a cushion, sit back, relax and listen to this introduction of me, myself and my mission. My vision is to let you all see that there's more to this life than just faking up reality. Yeah, reality. I wake up in the morning and I stretch out my feet. Say a thank you prayer, then I brush up my teeth. A little exercise and then I grab something to eat. Put on a piece of cloth and I step out into the street. Then into the studio just to cook up some beat. Later to the club to make the people feel the heat. Make an honest living and I'm proud about it. Making sure that all my mistakes I don't repeat. Like I mind my own business and I don't give a shit. I say what's on my mind, I don't have time to edit. Got to thank the Lord that He set me on my feet. Oh, praise the Lord, He give me power to defeat. If you give me stone instead of to give me meat, I try to palm it and I try to forget it. Everybody know that me too lazy to quit. Everybody know that me physically fit. Everybody know that me humble and cool, but some people them take me for a fool of neighbor. Never give another man yawa. So the reason why I say for neighbor is that I got my conscience by my side, got peace of mind inside for neighbor. No matter what them do, I'm going to make my dough. So the reason why I say for neighbor is who got us blessed. No man can curse. No man can curse. Oh, who got man can curse? No, no, no. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. As you see me so, I know stand, oh, yeah, yeah. As you see me so, I know send you, but that one no mean say I know they wish you well, yo. I mind my own business and I don't give a shit, but I still they feel you, oh. Cause we are one in the same one struggle, hustle, hustle, hustle. Plus without you, there will be no one to call my brother. I say without you, there will be no one to call my neighbor. I say without you, there will be no one to show I care. Yeah. Oh, without you, there will be no me. That's why I say, I don't want you to look at a stranger. I'm not a stranger. I don't don't wanna come across to you like just another nigga. I know you cannot trust nobody, but you have to trust someone. Oh, that's why I want you to see me as oh, 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 oh. Hey, brother, yeah, brother, oh, 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 brother, see me as your brother, see me as your brother. Listen, as you see me so, it marry don't bless me, yo. But that one no mean say I will come to start to pose, yo. See we.
Women are like chess, okay? If when your wife is unhappy, believe me, she will rub her unhappiness off on you until it sticks, and then she will make you hang.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm so sorry to interrupt your conversation, but has anybody ever told you that you sound like a complete idiot? Oh boy, what have I gotten myself into?
Get in the car. We're all going. No, you. I said, we're all going.
Is he doing what I think he's doing? Yeah. How's on survival?
64. Cowboy up.
Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want that way. Am I your fire, your desire? Yes, I know it's too late, but I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heart. Tell me why nothing but a mistake. Tell I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. Now I can see that we've fallen apart from the way that it used to be. Yeah, no matter the distance, I want you to know that deep down you are my fire, the one desire you are. Don't wanna hear you say nothing but a mistake. I never wanna hear you say
take turns hitting